Janella May Experience.
Turn up.
Period. So my name is Janella May, also known as the Janella May Experience. You can follow me on any social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everything. My name is Janella May on all platforms, or the Janella May Experience. I created that name for myself in 2019 because I am truly a full experience. Like, you have to be in my presence. You have to spend some time with me, baby. Like, these videos don't do no justice. I'm trying to tell y'all. I do so many different things professionally that I have my hand in a lot of different pots. I do a lot of different things locally and nationally. I'm known for a lot of different professions and known for being like a Jackie of all trades. And so it became a little difficult to truly classify that into a single category. So it's just like, well, it is a full experience, you know, so anything that I do that is not just real estate or just interior design or anything like that, when it comes to hosting, to modeling, to personality, to TV, to any of those extra things, right? They're all under the umbrella of the Janella May Experience. So Head to Toe Beauty & Co. started in 2015. It started in 2011 as True Beauty Enterprises. And so the last time I worked like a true corporate job or clocked into somebody's clock, I was in high school, right? And so when I came out of high school and I went into college, the main reason I became an entrepreneur was I didn't want to continue to lose so much time out of my daughter's life. I had been working 2 jobs and going to school full time and maintaining this scholarship and raising this child. And it was just a bit much for somebody between 15 and 18 years old. So when I went to college and college was completely free, I really didn't have a reason to keep working that hard. And the things that I love to do, which were hair, makeup, styling, being around people, you know, just being fabulous, honestly. I was like, well, I want to do that more full time. And so freshman year in college, I started True Beauty Enterprises and I did all of my cosmetic services under that LLC. Then I started selling Mary Kay and doing different things and all the like multi-level marketing agencies and stuff. But they weren't really for me. But I took so many different skill sets from them. I had built a lot of different relationships, with them, and I really wanted, it wasn't just True Beauty. It was like, I can make you fabulous from the top to the bottom, no matter what you need, no matter where you're going, and no matter honestly how much time we have. I just need a couple of minutes for a full transformation. And so Head to Toe Beauty & Co. is literally what it means. It's head to toe and it's in company. So I work with a lot of other companies I've collaborated with. I've been in like New York Fashion Week, Bronner Brothers, Chicago Fashion Week, LA Fashion Week. So all these different things as a professional, as a model, as a whatever, you know, they need me to be as a creative set director, you know, as a stylist. And so in those different realms, Head to Toe Beauty & Co. was all encompassing for that. The reason I transitioned from Head to Toe Beauty & Co. into the Janella May Experience is because I kept telling myself I was going to retire from hair. And it really wasn't that I wanted to retire from hair. I wanted to diversify myself. I wanted people to release me from the box of being a hairstylist. And so it's like, as a hairstylist, they knew I could do certain things, but they weren't really respecting them as true entities, as true skill sets, and they weren't really valuing them. And so that is why with the Janella May Experience, I put everything under that umbrella. So they would have to release me from that box. So I'm also an interior designer. And with anything that I do, mental health is my number one focus. So with hairstyling and Head to Toe Beauty & Co., our motto was hair therapy. And so understanding that a lot of people, especially people of color, don't tend to go and get professional psychological help. They will talk to their friends, their boyfriends, their hairstylists, anybody but a professional, right? Well, my degree is in social work. And so I was able to create a system called hair therapy. For interior design, people would come into my hair studios, my home, or when I would go into their spaces to style them for certain occasions and events, they were always obsessed with like the energy, the aesthetics, which is why I opened a content studio, right? They enjoy how the spaces I'm in and the spaces I design make them feel. And so then I started becoming more aware of like color therapy, of environmental therapy, and how to use the things around you to heal you and to cultivate you as well, instead of just looking good, feeling good, taking medication, getting drunk, you know, whatever those things that you put inside of your body. Can you come home and take a deep breath? Do you go to your office and are you as productive as you would like to be? Even for Smoke One TV, you know, in your studio space or in your workspace, is it functioning for you at its highest level so you can be at peace doing your job and be excited instead of stressed? And so solace is soul and solace. Solace synonymously is peace. And so soul, bringing your soul, who you are, into this space, customizing this space to make it completely about you. And you could be you as an individual, you as a family, as a couple, as a team, whatever the you is, right? And then the solace and that peace is understanding what does it take for this space to be peaceful. And peaceful can be colorful and loud. Peaceful can be monotone and nude and mute. And, you know, so it's just however you define it and whatever it makes you feel like that matters. And that is what we strive to achieve as solace. The first time I considered suicide, I was 11 years old. I have been battling suicide for 19 years. I'm 30 years old now. The last time that I was strongly considering suicide was May of 2023, which is now, right? So suicide for me has always been a daily battle. It's been a daily fight against the spiral, from 11 years old. And as an 11-year-old, I was the one advocating, like, I need counseling. I need this. I need that. You know, I need help because I can't take this. Like, it's too much. And the thing about suicide and depression is it seems infinite. It seems like it's never going to end. Like, you're never going to come out of these things. And even if you process through this trauma, you still have this pain or you still have this grief. Your mom's never coming back. You don't have a family. You're never going to have a family. Your sister doesn't care about, like, so all these things are constant and they're real. So these are not like made up things inside of my mind where it's like, oh, you're just being dramatic. And that's why I used to always feel like that. Like I would devalue my own feelings because I'm like, get over it. You just need to be strong. You just need to suck it up. People have been through worse than you. I don't give a fuck. This shit is hard and it's a lot. And I don't have anybody here helping me, supporting me, pouring into me, teaching me anything. I'm trying to learn how to be a person off of TV and movies. Like, this is insane. Like, nothing about this situation says success. Like, it doesn't seem like it's gonna work out. Right? And so even graduating college, like, I remember everybody would be like, oh, I know you're so excited. I was the most depressed when I graduated college because I had busted my ass since the 5th grade to get to that moment for nobody to really want to celebrate it with me. And I didn't know how to celebrate myself. And so it was just too much for me. And so now the way that I avoid like the spirals and stuff, I just live a very strong life of gratitude. Like, I am grateful to still be here. I am grateful to influence people's lives. I am grateful to be able to share my story without any regard. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful, you know, and all those things will not change over the course of time. I am able to redefine my future. I am able to heal through these things. And so prospectively, you know, internally, intrinsically, I am able to feel different about these things, even though the prior things will not change. Manhattan and Sherman and Richmond, is my last foster home in Five Oaks. And in that foster home, it was wild. I had spent the last year and a half trying to convince, I only have one biological sibling. And we are 20 years apart. I'm 30, she's 50. And I spent a year and a half convincing her, like true, to take the foster care and foster parenting courses so she could be my foster mom, because I was tired of moving through foster homes and through all these different cities with strangers and trying to work jobs and maintain a scholarship in a different city with a baby. It was a lot. And I really just needed somebody who was on my side, who could just hold me down for a little bit. My foster parents were making $1,800 a month on me and my daughter. Period. They weren't giving us a dime. And so I asked my sister if she would be willing to become my foster parents, if she would be willing to give me $500 a month from the $1,800 so I could quit one of my jobs, because I was just trying to save to go to college and be successful. And so February of 2010, she finally went through the classes after that year and a half of begging and became a foster parent. The foster parent classes are nothing but a few weeks. They don't take much time. So after I finished sophomore year that year, I was in Piqua, in the middle of a farm living with a beautiful family I probably should have stayed with. But I left them to move in with my sister. And then when I moved in with her, like, it just went to shit. Honestly, like, she did not keep her word. Like, she never gave me a dime of that money. I still had to work my jobs. When she would babysit for me, there were times when I would come home and she would be asleep and my daughter was nowhere to be found, because she allowed a crackhead to watch my child because she wanted to run the streets and go to the 19th home. And so she was making $1,800 a month just to traumatize us all over again. And it was hell for me. And then one day I came home and we were being evicted. And so I called my caseworker and I told her what was happening. So going into my senior year in high school, we had to, for the scholarship I had for Ohio State, it's called the Young Scholars Program. If you have a child anywhere between the ages of 11 and 18, enroll them in the Young Scholars Program. The only requirement is your parents cannot have a bachelor's degree. So if you are a first generation youth that wants an education, enroll in the program. It is a free scholarship. But to maintain that scholarship, we had to go on campus for a month that summer between junior year and senior year so that we could take the courses, we could see the campus, and we could be acclimated as future college students, especially because we were all first generations, right? So none of us had any experience or any wisdom shared with us about college for the most part. So in that 2 weeks, we had to find a foster home, move, and I had to be willing to leave my child with this stranger for an entire month with no visitation because we were on campus for the whole month. So I wound up moving in with this foster parent on Manhattan. And it seemed okay. Like they even let us do like an overnight test run. And when I say this lady tricked us so bad, like she was nothing like she presented and pretended, and it was treacherous, honestly. So we moved in there that June. I went to Ohio State's campus. I came back at the end of July and all the hell began, honestly. I started my senior year, that November. My birthday is November 3rd. On November the 10th, my mother died. When my mother died, not only was my foster mom unsupportive, she was doing everything she could to emancipate me without my child.